the cheese, be vegan with me. Skip the leather, skip the world, leave animals alone. They're sentient beings, they're not made of stone. Skip the circus, skip SeaWorld, skip the rodeo. Being vegan is the right way to go. Skip feeling helpless like there's nothing you can do. If I can be vegan, so can you. Skip with empathy, skip the cruelty. Subscribe to my channel and be vegan with me. Let's stop it right there. Hi, everybody. So I'm Miss Katie, that vegan teacher. Thank you very much for coming to class today. We're going to be learning about these cards right here. This series here says why you were born vegan, and these ones say the ethics of animal treatment. So we have 6 cards to go through, and we are just by ourselves today with no TikTok. And I'm here to remind you that we're here to promote science and discourage religion and encourage people to strive to be vegan. So let's see who is everybody who is here. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to make sure that I am pressing all the right buttons over here to make sure that I can see all of your wonderful comments and that everything is going well. Hi, Chris. Thank you for being here, Chris. And who's this? Saidi. Hi. Never live on TikTok. Oh, yes, I am live on TikTok sometimes, but I like to sort of sometimes split it up, you know? Let me just go here and press the save button. There we go. Okay, so something's popped on the screen here, and it says that you can type something if you are subscribed, and that way we're going to hopefully not have the people who don't want to be here. Here. So if you like the channel, if you like veganism, that's great. You can comment. And if not, just don't even bother to subscribe, because we're really here to try to help people who actually care about the animals, who know that it's our duty to protect them. So thanks for coming in. Let me see what else you are going. I'm live right now. Yes, but I'm not on TikTok. I'm on YouTube Live. Let's see what else you're writing. Chris Follower writes, I'm Christian, but can you teach me? Well, I can remind you that apparently the Bible says, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. You know what that means. Be vegan at every meal. But you know, you shouldn't be upset just because I'm telling you that there's no God or Allah. Listen to this song here. Today you learned the truth. Not God nor Allah created us, but rather we created them. I think you know it's true, right? Today you received a gift more valuable than silver or gold. You accepted the truth, which is a real true gem. It's okay, you don't have to cry. Just because I tell you there's no God in the sky. You can be brave, it doesn't have to hurt this much. You're in control, so use your human touch. I know it's a shock when you understand that you have the power of God right now in your own hands. So follow the golden rule, use your hands to be kind, not cruel. Put only vegan foods in your shopping cart. Peace begins on your plate. So use your hands as if they were your heart. I know it's a lot to take in, all in just one day. But if you choose to use your hands wisely, everything will be okay. You don't need God or Allah, they never existed anyway. Just use your hands as if they were your heart. There you go. See? You don't need God. You don't need Allah. You don't need religion at all to be a good person. Just use your hands as if they were your heart. Okay, let's have a look one more time at what you guys are writing in case I miss anything. Tian says that this is creepy. Do you think that religion is creepy? Because religion is trying to encourage you to believe that there's a sky daddy? Or do you think that science is creepy? Which part do you think is creepy exactly? Let me know in the comments. If you want me to absolutely read your comment out loud, then go ahead and put a super chat in. So let's start right here. I'm going to read card number 1, which says why we say you were born vegan. Excuse me. So we can read this together here. It's good to practice reading out loud. Hold on, let me get a couple of more lights on here to make sure that you can see. Got that one and this one over here. Okay, sorry if it's not bright enough, but hey, I'm doing my best. Excuse me. By the way, I am here in Italy. The time right now is 11:30. So 11:30, just before noon. Let me know where you guys are from and try to, become friends in the comments if you want to. Tell everybody where you're from. Maybe there's 2 vegans who happen to live really close to each other and you guys can be supportive with one another. If you find another vegan friend there in the comments, you can contact each other and you can have potlucks together. You can do activism together. I'm encouraging people to come together if they care about animals. Uh-oh, somebody wrote something very bad here. Yummy animals. That wasn't very nice. So you're going to get put in a timeout now. I'm going to put you in a timeout because that was just mean. Okay, don't come back here. Don't come and write things that are mean. If you don't want to be here, just don't come. Okay? All right. Here it says, why we say you were born vegan. Let's try to read this together. I don't know if it's in focus enough for you, but I'll read it to you. You were born vegan. You never wanted to hurt animals. You see? Because the definition of veganism is not actually about food. Veganism means you don't want to hurt any animals. So when you were little, if you were put in a room with a rabbit and a banana, it would never have occurred to you to bite the bunny, correct? It would never have occurred to you to bite into a little bunny rabbit. Here's a little bunny, see? When you were little, if there was a bunny rabbit in the room and a banana, you would take the banana and put the banana in your mouth and you would try to pet the bunny rabbit. You were born vegan. You never wanted to hurt the innocent animals. So all you have to do is go back to your roots and be vegan again. That's what I'm helping you to do. Your instinct would have been to love and protect the rabbit, not harm her. When you were small, you played with toys that looked like animals, and you loved to learn about them in books. Do you remember that? Remember the stories? I have 2 grandchildren. So many of their stories are about animals, wanting to protect animals. And if you think about all of the Disney movies that you've ever seen, so many of them have different animals in them, right? Yeah. Okay, let me see what else you're writing here. Oh, thank you. Hi, how was your day? Well, the day is only it's only half over here. I'm in Italy and it is almost lunchtime. I'm already very hungry. I have been up though since 5:30 in the morning. And I'm working on a new song that I am doing a music video of. Yeah, it's about euthanasia and it's a dance song about, it's a dance song, but it's about a sad theme. So I'm trying to do something different. I'm trying to explore a little bit. It says music is art, right? Okay, let's read this some more. So, when you were small, you played with toys that look like animals, and you loved to learn about them in books. But sadly, over time, you were brainwashed to pay people to murder and steal from animals instead of being taught to remain vegan. So when you were born vegan. Your mother's milk was meant for you. Therefore, it's vegan. Your mother gave it freely. It's not the same thing as when you steal milk from a cow. Cow's milk is for baby. Do you remember? Cow's milk is for baby cows. Cat milk is for baby cats. Dog milk is for baby dogs. Giraffe milk is for baby giraffes. Right? So if you have a goat and there's a mama goat, she just had a baby, goat milk is for baby goats. You see how that works? You want to do some more? There's so many. Whale milk is for baby whales. Isn't that cool? Zebra milk is for baby zebras. Okay, so cow's milk is not for you. Cow's milk is not for you. Cow's milk belongs to a baby cow, not you. The dairy industry should be abolished, should be completely gone. Nobody should ever drink cow's milk, and cows should be gradually phased out of existence, just like the pigs that are on all of these factory farms in these horrific prisons for crimes they've never committed. Poor animals. So terrible the way that we treat them. But luckily you were born vegan, and all you have to do is remember that and go back to your roots again. Okay, you know how when you're born either gay or straight. You already know. Usually it doesn't take you very long. So when you're born, you were born that way. Most of you here were born straight. Some of you were maybe born gay. Some of you were maybe born bisexual, lesbian. But one thing is for sure. Every single person here was born vegan. Every single one of you. You never wanted to hurt animals when you were little. So you just have to go back to your roots, back to the way you were born. It's not your fault that your parents fed you corpses, but we're going to get into that soon, okay? There's more cards like that. All right. Sadly, over time, you were brainwashed to pay people to murder and steal from animals instead of being taught to remain vegan. Thankfully, though, you can go back to your roots and be vegan again. And you can join us and make today your Happy Vegan Declaration Day. That's what you can do. All right. Hey, thanks a lot for being here. Oh, lots of L's. Thank you for the letter L. L means you love lentils. Also, if you like kale or carrots, you can put the letter K for kale or kiwi. And if you like carrots, you can put the letter C for that. Okay? Feel free to put all the letters of the alphabet because they all either apply to animals. Like if you put the letter Z, then it means that you're or Z, maybe you call it that. I'm from Canada. So if you say the letter Z, then that reminds us that you are thinking of zebras right now or zucchini. What other letters are you putting here? Okay, the letter C. Good, I saw the letter C. C is for carrots. C is for cucumbers. We have all kinds of different colors of the rainbow flag to associate with all the different vegan foods. So let's say you put the letter C on the screen. It could also mean cauliflower. Somebody just wrote the entire alphabet. Good vibes. Good job. Now you can spam that. Guys, if you are vegan and you want to spam vegan comments, that is great. One of the things that somebody did the other day is she put some vegetables on, the little cute designs there. And then she wrote vegan, and then she put another bunch of vegetables, vegan, and a bunch of fruits. And then she copy pasted, and then it was a big thing, and it took over most of the comment section. And that was really cute. I wanted to make a video about it. So feel free to do that if you want to. All right, let's continue here. Let's go on to the next card. Card number 2. Why we say you were born vegan. The good news is that you can return to your roots. You can be vegan again. I just noticed that Joanne, you're here. Thank you for being here, Joanne. And I'm going to ask you not to time out anybody today, okay? That's what I wanted to talk to you about, and that's why I sent you an email, and that's why it's important that we connect by phone, because I don't think you fully understand the strategy here. But thanks for coming, and thank you for all your wonderful comments. You can keep commenting and educating all you want, okay, Joanne? Thanks. All right. So the good news is that you can return to your roots. You can be vegan again. It's not your fault that your parents shoved dead body parts down your throat. You trusted them, and you didn't know the difference between a mashed up carrot and murdered cow. Your parents didn't know better. They just did what everyone else around them did. So don't waste time being angry with them. Just teach them what you know now by watching important documentaries, vegan documentaries, together and Googling vegan recipes to share. So let's sum up what we've learned here. Sum up is that when we know better, we can do better. When we know better, we can do better. So let's choose to be vegan the way we were meant to be all along. Okay? There you go. So those are our 2 cards about why we say you were born vegan. Once again, if you're just joining us, just remember that when your parents fed you, when you were little, it's not your fault they fed you dead animals. And we can't even be really mad at your own parents because they didn't know better. But now we know. We know that we should not be eating cats, but we should also not be eating chickens. We shouldn't be eating dogs, and we shouldn't be eating cows. Look how similar they are. And we shouldn't be eating these kinds of dogs either. See, there's 2 types of dogs. And also no pigs. Okay? Yeah, and you're going to feel so much better once you make a promise not to eat any more animals. And here's a promise card that I have. My vegan promise to be kind from now on. If you're vegan and you want to put your hand on your heart, you can take this promise with us. This is a promise. I place my hand on my heart and I say these words. I promise never to eat bacon, sausage, ham, pepperoni, salami, or any other body parts of animals because I want to be a good person. That's why. I want to be a good person. And good people don't hurt animals. They protect them from people who do. Okay? Yeah. So you guys want to be good people? Then you have to strive to be vegan. You cannot call yourself a good person if you pay somebody to cut the head off of an innocent animal. That's not a good person. That's a bad person. That is an evil person. Good people protect animals. Good people eat nobody. Do not eat cats. Do not eat chickens. Do not eat this kind of dog or this kind of dog or any dog. Do not eat a little baby cow. Do not eat any pigs. Do not eat bacon, sausage or ham, pepperoni or salami. Be kind to all the animals. All right, let's go on to our next batch of cards here. Right now we're looking at this batch here and we're talking about the ethics of animal treatment. So ethics, how should we treat animals? Well, there's an ethical way, and that is that we are kind to them. And remember that every single day is a new day to learn. Every day is a new day to learn, to discover your empathy. Every day is a new day to learn and to be vegan with me. All right, thank you for coming in, guys. Let me just stop this. Oh, it's going by itself one more time. Okay, we'll listen. To discover your empathy. Every day is a new day to learn and to be vegan with me. Thank you. All right, the comments are not going too fast today, so I can read some of them. And then somebody says that they think that cussing is a sin. So fuck that. Cussing is not a sin. Cussing is words. What is a sin is what you're doing right now. You're trying to prevent animals from being saved by trying to talk about a subject which has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. If you are eating bacon, sausage, or ham, you are sinning because it says in the Bible clearly, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. You know what that means. Be vegan at every meal. Now, I don't believe in the Bible, but this is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. We don't care if you swear. We don't care if you cuss appropriately. For example, if you're running and you stub your toe, you can say, fuck. Who cares? Okay, if you drop your toast, you just put some beautiful peanut butter on your toast, and then you put some banana slices on it, and then you drop it, and it falls upside down. You can say, fuck. Shit. Okay, it's okay. It's okay to swear. They're just words. Of course, you shouldn't be saying words in an inopportune time if they don't make sense. Like, don't swear at somebody if they're being nice to you. I mean, I wouldn't tell my boss to fuck off. That's not very smart. It's also kind of mean. Unless, of course, your boss is really mean and it's your last day of work, then go for it. All right, guys, so we're looking at some more cards here. The ethics of animal treatment. Animals are here with us on the planet, not for us. Animals are here with us on the planet, not for us. All right, so thank you guys for being here. All right, so I don't know if we have a moderator here, but you know what? When you do write this here, that you write something that you think all these animals are food, right? What I would ask the moderator to do then is to put you in a timeout for about 5 minutes, just to rethink what you just said. Okay, that way you can't comment for a while, but you get a second chance. But because maybe you're just a kid and you don't really know the rules. You know what I mean? See, I can't see you. It might seem like the rules are arbitrary. They might just seem like they're all over the place. But the fact of the matter is that you should know better when you come to a live stream of a vegan to write things. It's like a chalkboard here. You're going to write nice things, okay? Yeah, write an emphasis of what the teacher is saying. For example, you could write down in the comments, promote science. You could write down, discourage religion. You could also write, strive to be vegan. Those are just examples of things. Now let's read the ethics of animal treatment. Oh, by the way, if there's a comment, if something you want me to comment on, or a question that you've had for a while, and you're thinking, I wish Miss Katie would respond to that, then you can write a super chat in the comments here. It's going to stick to the screen, right? Now, it's not going very fast right now. So you can put something on, and I'll probably see it, and I'll read it out loud. Okay? All right. Animals are sentient beings with a will to live. Therefore, like children who live here with us on the planet, who live on the planet with us, we have a responsibility to protect them from harm as much as we can. So should we protect children? I think everyone would agree that we should protect children on the planet. Therefore, we should also protect the animals, because the animals are like children. They are sentient, they feel pain, they want to live. All animals, including fish and even insects, our job is to protect the animals. So if you're a bit lost in life, many people are lost, many people are lonely, and many people are thinking, I don't know why I'm here. Some people are having an existential crisis. Sometimes I feel like I am. Sometimes I'm thinking, there are so many cruel people on the planet. What is my purpose here? Well, I realized that the purpose of all of us is to try to make life better for others, for ourselves, not just for our own families. Because when you think about it, somebody in your family is actually no different than somebody in another person's family. Just because they were born out of the same mom and dad who had sex doesn't mean those people are more important. Everyone says family is so important. Well, it is if they're kind to you. But if they're hurting animals and somebody else isn't, who is more important? You know, there's many hypothetical questions that are very interesting to think about and discuss. But we're not going to get into those today, but we will soon, on another day. So animals are sentient beings with a will to live. Therefore, like children who live here on the planet with us, we have a responsibility to protect them from harm as much as we can. So we should protect all children, and we should protect all of the animals as much as we can. That's our purpose. If you wake up today and you're just like, I don't know why I'm here, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, just focus on helping the victims and just be so grateful that you were not born in the body of a pig, because at 6 months old, you would have been murdered. Baby pigs are murdered at 6 months old. It's very sad. That's why they kill them so young, because they will only make money if they kill them young. All right, let's continue. Oh, here's a song, by the way, at the bottom. Let's sing it together. Maybe some of you know it. Plants don't feel pain. They don't have a brain. They don't have a nervous system, so it's okay to bite into them. You have a heart. You know where to start. So don't take too long and be vegan from now on. Be vegan from now on. Plants don't feel pain. They don't have a brain. All right. So if you're just joining us, I'm Miss Katie, that vegan teacher. I'm here in Italy and the time is 11:51. You guys can feel free to say where you are in the world and what time zone you're in. It's kind of fun to see where everybody is from. And plants are alive but not sentient. Plants are alive, they grow, but they don't feel like animals do. A plant is very similar to a pencil. They don't feel pain. They don't have a brain. They don't have a nervous system. It's okay to bite into them. You can bite into this pencil if you want to. I don't suggest it. But the pencil will not feel pain, and neither will the cabbage or the peanut butter. Okay? Okay. So if you're just joining us, I have been vegan. Where's my card here? I have been vegan now for almost 10 years. On June 27th, 2026, it will be 10 years. I haven't eaten any animals, and I haven't stolen anything from animals. I haven't stolen their fur. I haven't stolen their freedom. I haven't stolen their honey. I haven't stolen anybody's life. And no eggs either, and no milk from animals. That's what being vegan is all about. Thanks, everybody, for being vegan, as vegan as you can, by the way. And let's have a look at card number 2. The ethics of animal treatment. If you have access to a grocery store, I think most people do, right? Most people have access to a grocery store. You're not living on the North Pole up there with Santa, who doesn't exist, just like God doesn't exist. You're not living on the South Pole with all of the penguins. Penguins do exist, by the way. So you have access to a grocery store. You don't have to stab anybody. You don't have to hurt anyone. If you have access to a grocery store, you have a moral responsibility not to buy the corpses of innocent animals who were killed just for your taste pleasure. Can you imagine what we do to these poor animals? We kill them after a lifetime of hell on a factory farm just so we want to taste them. That's as messed up as killing them because we want to see them suffer or because we love to hear the screams. Here's your taste pleasure. Here's your eye pleasure. Here's your ear pleasure. It's no different than being a serial killer. It is absolutely awful because we don't have to eat animals. When you walk into a grocery store, never go to the cemetery part of the store. Never go to the morgue part of the store. Instead, be as vegan as possible by going to the garden part of the store and filling up your cart with a rainbow of veggies, fruits, nuts, seeds, beans, lentils, chickpeas, and whole grains. All the different vegan foods. Once again, this is what's so great about this flag. This is a freedom flag, which reminds us to be kind to all the animals. Freedom. No cages for the animals. Don't kill them. Don't imprison them. Don't steal from the animals. This is a freedom flag. Freedom for humans, good. Freedom for animals, also good. Thank you, guys. I noticed that somebody just shared the live stream. Thank you for doing that, Georgia. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I do appreciate it. And thank you, everybody, for all the little hearts. I see little hearts coming up. If you want to write something to me and say something that you absolutely want me to respond to, please, you can put a super chat in, and I will be able to read it if it stops on the screen. If I'm looking down, I might miss it if it's blue. Did I miss one? Oh, shoot, I missed one. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry about that. Okay, I'll try not to miss it if you put another one, okay? All right. So, yeah, we just read this one. So that's number 2. So if you're just joining us, here's what we've accomplished so far. We have read card number 1, why we say you were born vegan. Then we read card number 2, why we say you were born vegan. Because you were born kind and you never wanted to hurt animals. And being vegan is about kindness. It is about not hurting the animals. It's about not being violent towards them. Be vegan, not violent. can do it. Be vegan, not violent. Be vegan, not violent. Be vegan, not violent. Show empathy. Have mercy. Animals are here with us, not for us. Little cuties. When you guys were little, you used to love animals, and you can go back to your roots and be vegan again. Go back to your roots. All right, so now we are going to read card number 3, the ethics of animal treatment. Psychopaths kill animals because they like to see them bleed to death or hear them scream in agony. Right? Let's read that again. Psychopaths, the craziest people on the planet. They kill animals because they like to see them bleed to death or hear them scream in agony. Kind people realize that hurting animals is wrong. Therefore, they don't pay people to murder them just for their taste pleasure. Are you a psychopath? If you're not a psychopath, you should be vegan. Let's read this whole thing again. Listen carefully. Psychopaths, the craziest people on the planet. They kill animals because they like to see them bleed to death or hear them scream in agony. These people are completely fucked in the head, completely deranged, completely lacking in empathy. Kind people realize that hurting animals is wrong. You know it's wrong to hurt cats. You know it's wrong to hurt dogs. You know it's wrong because they feel pain. Well, so do all the other animals. Therefore, they don't pay people to murder them just for taste pleasure. Don't act like a psychopath, murdering animals or paying others to do it for sight pleasure, for hearing pleasure, or for taste pleasure is barbaric and cruel. Do you understand? Yeah, that's right. Thanks, guys, for being here. Oh, I see some nice comments. Thank you, guys. What else do we have here? Okay, very cool. Yes, that's nice. Thank you. Oh, yes, I saw that. Vegan, yeah, Gordon Ramsay called me a vegan donut. What a compliment. That's the nicest thing he said to me. Vegan donuts, they're sweet, and everybody wants one. So I thought that was really nice when he called me that. Let's keep going. Just because you were raised eating animals and their stolen secretions doesn't mean you need to continue. You can be kinder than others. You can choose to be vegan. Right? You can choose to be kind. All right. So if you're just joining us right now, my name is Miss Katie. I'm That Vegan Teacher, and we are learning all about the animals. So we're just going to look at a few cards here before we go to the others. Now, these are animal cards. So when you see a sheep, what do you think of? Do you realize that sheep feel pain just like we do? Just like cats and dogs do? Sheep don't want to die. They want to live and they want to be free. So our job on this planet is to protect sheep, not force them to be pregnant, not force them to be bred to grow more and more and more wool and then say, oh, we have to shave them now. That's mean. That's not okay. A sheep wants to live. Sheep want to keep their own wool, and sheep want to decide who they're going to mate with. Unfortunately, bad people on this planet take the sheep, they pin them down in these devices, these machines, they tie their feet and their arms together, and they force them to be pregnant, and they shave them. It is horrific. It is animal abuse. You can be kinder than that. You can be vegan from now on. Don't eat lambs. Don't eat anyone. Just be kind from now on. Good job. All right. Let's see, we have a lot of different cards. Remember also, whenever you think about the animals, here you see all of these animals. You see a cow, you see a chicken, you see a horse. Do not eat cows. Do not eat chickens. Do not eat cats. Do not eat dogs. Vegans don't eat anyone. They don't steal from anyone. Vegans do not steal cat's milk. Vegans do not steal cow milk. Vegans do not steal the milk from pigs, and nor do they pay people to cut the heads off of pigs. People who are not vegan are very cruel to so many animals. Don't eat donkeys. Do not eat sheep. And do not buy any pillows with feathers in them. Feathers belong to the individual. Feathers do not belong to us. We don't have any feathers. They belong to the chickens and to the geese and all the other animals who have feathers. Let them keep their own. Let's go to another one here. This one is the ethics of animal treatment, card number 4. People on social media who have millions of followers have the ability to save millions of animals by encouraging their audiences to watch important documentaries like watchdominion.com. That goes for you guys too. You, no matter how many followers you have, you can make this world a better place. Sure, you could waste your time on social media or using your YouTube account to play video games, which doesn't save anybody's life. You can play video games and you are not going to be saving the planet that we all share and that we want to save for our children and grandchildren. So what you could do to make this world a better place is convince everybody that they were born vegan. Remind them that they were born vegan. Once they know, they're so happy. They're like, oh yeah, that's right. I was born vegan. I never want to hurt animals. Okay, let's continue. So they will encourage them to watch important documentaries like Dominion Movement, because people who watch this movie come out of it wanting to protect animals. After you've seen the documentary called Dominion, you want to protect animals. Okay. And are willing to change what they have eaten for years. You can change. I changed. You can change. Okay, somebody says that they were born Christian. Oh, hi. So that means you must be vegan, right? No? Are you a hypocrite? If Jesus was the nicest person on earth, then he would never have hurt an animal. And if he was sitting beside me right now, if Jesus was here, right beside me, if Jesus was here beside me, sitting here right now during this live stream, he would tell you to be vegan. He would tell you to stop hurting animals. Yeah, he would say, don't be a mean Christian, because you're not a real Christian if you pay people to hurt animals. All right. Let's continue. We're on the blue part here. When famous people speak out, their message can have a great impact on their fans. So every football player should be vegan and should tell everybody, hey guys, I'm vegan. You should all be vegan. Every famous person, for example, Taylor Swift. Do you know her? Taylor Swift. She should be vegan. And at the beginning of every concert, she should tell all her fans, guys, let's all be vegan together. Can you imagine if all the Swifties were vegan? You see, Taylor Swift had such a great opportunity to do the right thing, but she hasn't done it yet. So hopefully Taylor Swift will come out as a vegan one day. Billie Eilish is vegan, and she's trying to do certain things, but unfortunately her concerts are not vegan enough yet. She doesn't have enough vegan songs. Billie Eilish needs to write more vegan songs. When famous people speak out, their message can have a great impact on their fans. Since animals are suffering so horribly, famous people have a moral obligation to encourage their audiences to stop eating meat, dairy and eggs, and to stop buying fur, feathers, and leather. Okay? That's right. Everybody can do their part, and the famous people have a duty to do that. So next time you're at a concert or at any kind of gathering where there's a lot of people, tell people, we should all be vegan. We should stop hurting animals. Because if I ask people here, for example, all of you that are here, if I say to you, oh, thanks for the letter L, by the way. L means you love the live stream. Good job. Okay, this person is writing, save the plants. That's right, we should save the plants that are necessary. For example, the trees, we shouldn't just be cutting them down. Therefore, you should be vegan if you care about saving the plants. Because what happens every time you eat animals, they cut down the rainforest and they grow plants to feed the animals that you eat. So if you care about saving plants, you should be vegan. Also, plants don't feel pain, but animals do. And every time you filter the food that we eat as vegans through the animals, it is much worse for the environment. It's absolutely terrible for your vegan footprint. Excuse me, your ecological footprint, because eating animals causes a lot of pollution, air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution. It is the number one reason that we have climate problems right now. It's actually animal agriculture. I know it's hard to believe, but if you just think about how many billions of animals are hidden from our sight, crammed together, and they're all shitting and pissing all over the place, and they're not actually part of the ecosystem. The cows and the pigs and the chickens and the turkeys and the lambs that you eat are not part of the ecosystem. They do not have any predators except humans, and they are not ever allowed to be free. All right, so today we have read these cards. We've read these two, Why We Say You Were Born Vegan. After that, we read this series, which is called The Ethics of Animal Treatment. So now, we're going to put these aside. I'm going to put a clip on them so I don't make a mess. And I'm going to remind you that the reason that we are vegan is because we don't want to hurt animals. That's why we're vegan. Thank you for sharing the live stream, by the way. Somebody's asked if I support Scientology. That's a definite no. I don't support religions that are crazy. The best religion are the ones that state that they are going to be vegan. If you have a religion that is not trying to be as vegan as possible, that is not a good religion. Christianity, although it says in the Bible you should not eat animals, most Christians are pretty mean people. Most Christians eat innocent animals who begged for their lives, screaming. And we're terrified at the end of their lives. That's not okay. Bacon is a 6-month-old baby pig. Most Christians, unfortunately, still eat animals. That's horrific. The interesting thing is that they believe in heaven and hell. But can you go to heaven if you paid somebody to stab an animal to death, hang them upside down, and cut their head off? Do you honestly think that you're going to heaven if you've done these horrific things? No. You are not going to heaven. The irony, the funniest thing, the craziest thing is that I don't believe in a heaven and hell. But if there is a heaven or a hell, absolutely for sure I'm going to heaven because I had the courage to tell God to fuck off. And I had the courage to do his work because God hasn't been doing anything to help the animals. God is either drunk, stoned, lazy, stupid, cruel, or dead, or he never existed at all. But definitely God is not kind. All right, so just in case you're just joining us again, here's the reason that we should never drink cow's milk. Because the dairy industry forces the mothers to be pregnant. They tie them up and they force them to be pregnant. And then when they have babies, they kidnap them and they murder them if they're boys. A mother has a right to stay with her baby and not be torn apart. This is absolutely cruel. Never drink cow's milk. Drink soy milk instead. The dairy industry rapes mother cows, kidnaps their babies, murders the boys, and steals their milk. Then they repeat the cycle over and over because people keep buying milk, cheese, yogurt, and ice cream. Instead, they should drink soy milk because mothers have a right to stay with their babies. Okay, and now it is time for us to take a break. It's time for recess, so we're going to dance. We're going to get a little bit of exercise. Oh, I think I should put my shoes on first. Either shoes or bare feet. Oh, maybe bare feet. Take off my socks. You guys want to dance with me? You can. I suggest you do because you know it's not good to sit for too long. And we all have a lot of energy inside of us that has to come out. So we're going to do some exercise. And we're going to dance to this song called These Are Vegan Foods You Should Eat. Here we go. Let's go. You ready to be vegan? I'm going to help you out. First of all, remember that being vegan is about not exploiting animals. But of course, you're also going to be extremely healthy. Just remember to take your vegan multivitamin B12 and D3 every day, and you're on your way. These are vegan foods you should eat. Fruits, nuts, grains, and seeds. These are vegan foods you should eat. Fruits, nuts, grains, and seeds. These are vegan foods you should eat. These are vegan foods you should eat. Tofu, tempeh, lentils, chickpeas, black beans, quinoa, oats, brown rice, buckwheat, potatoes, broccoli, spinach, kale, Brussels sprouts, zucchini, and seaweed like nori. Oh, and don't forget to absorb the iron in your spinach smoothie. Add fruits rich in vitamin C. These are vegan foods you should eat. Fruits, nuts, grains, and seeds. These are vegan foods you should eat. Fruits, nuts, grains, and seeds. These are vegan foods you should eat. Fruits, nuts, grains, and seeds. These are vegan foods you should eat. Bananas, oranges, pomegranates, chia seeds, hazelnuts, walnuts, peanut butter toast with pumpkin seeds and blueberries. Vegan pizza, vegan pasta, onions, garlic, turmeric, cauliflower curry, seitan, dates, and cranberries. Oh no, this list of vegan foods is too long. I'll never fit them all into one song. Anyway, just go to the grocery store and get a rainbow of different colors. Stay away from the morgue part of the grocery store. Stay away from the cemetery section. You can do it. Let's sing some more. These are vegan foods you should eat. Fruits, nuts, grains, and seeds. These are vegan foods you should eat. Fruits, nuts, grains, and seeds. These are vegan foods you should eat. Fruits, nuts, grains, and seeds. These are vegan foods you should eat. Okay, let's talk about what's wrong with the carnivore diet. First of all, they lack nutrients like fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Also, it's not good for your gut microbiome. You increase your risk of cancer, heart attacks, diabetes, and strokes. So ethically and environmentally, it's not good for animals, you, or the planet. Okay, one thing I have to be honest with you about is that when you become vegan, you're going to encounter something called vegan phobia. Don't worry though, this has nothing to do with you. The fact of the matter is that people are jealous of vegans. They know that what we're doing is right. They know that our choices are best for the animals and the planet. It's just that they think for some reason that they can't be like us. But of course they can. So they'll make all kinds of jokes, they'll call you soy boy, and you'll just remind them that soy is high in protein and nutrients, it's gut friendly, and you'll say, these are vegan foods you should eat. Fruits, nuts, grains, and seeds. These are vegan foods you should eat. Fruits, nuts, grains, and seeds. These are vegan foods you should eat. Fruits, nuts, grains, and seeds. These are vegan foods you should eat. These are vegan foods you should eat. Fruits, nuts, grains, and seeds. These are vegan foods you should eat. Fruits, nuts, grains, and seeds. These are vegan foods you should eat. Fruits, nuts, grains, and seeds. These are vegan foods you should eat. There you go. Hey, thanks for dancing with me, those of you who got up. If you're just new here and you're wondering what the heck's going on, well, I am Miss Katie, That Vegan Teacher, and I like to write vegan songs because I also like dancing. Like find it helps my mental health to dance, just to get things out of my body. You know, it's a great exercise, dancing around. I don't claim to be any kind of a good dancer or anything like that. I just do whatever. And when you guys are here and you see me dance, I hope you dance with me too. It's good for you. You're going to feel better after. Always get a heart rate up. And, you add to your steps for the day. Each of my songs is about 250 steps. Depends how much you move. Sometimes it's more. Hopefully you're a little bit out of breath. That's good if you are. And let's continue. So today we're looking at a few more vegan facts in case you don't know what veganism is. So we're going to look here at this card. Speciesism is the first form of racism that is taught to us as children. We're taught to pet cats and dogs, but to bite into pigs and cows. If we're against racism, we should be morally consistent and be vegan. Speciesism is the first form of racism that is taught to us as children. Did you ever think about it that way? Isn't that interesting? Some people call it speciesism. Speciesism. All right, let me see if I see a little bit of what is going on here. Okay, Anna. Anna is writing a long comment. She's saying you're literally using fake information about religion. Anna, you know that's not true. You know that you are brainwashed, right? You don't actually think that there's a sky daddy or any kind of powerful, whatever, a being up there who cares about you? Come on. How on earth could there ever be a kind God in the sky when he created so much violence, so much misery? God is truly stupid and cruel. If vegans had designed the planet, we would have designed the planet so that all animals... Oh, hold on one second. I just saw something. Oh, okay, it's okay. All animals would die in their sleep without any pain. Now imagine if you knew that could happen to you, right? As soon as you become 100 years old, you will die naturally in your sleep. How cool would that be if we all were able to die at a natural time where there would be no overpopulation on the planet? Would be cool, right? Imagine being able to walk in a forest and never worry about getting mauled to death by a bear or a coyote. Wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, if vegans had designed the planet, that's how we would have done it. God is not very smart. Didn't really do a good job. Caused so much violence. Imagine designing the planet on purpose, thinking, I'm going to make animals be able to feel pain, and then I'm going to create other animals who maul them to death. God is fucked in the head. Completely. And for those of you who are saying, stop forcing me to be vegan, here's a card for you. Okay? By the way, if there's something you absolutely want me to read out loud, you can put a super chat in. It will stay on the screen. Maybe you'll convince me. You know what I would love? I would love somebody to be able to convince me that God is kind. Do you think you can convince me that God is kind? Wouldn't that be cool if you were the one person who convinced me to be Christian or to be Muslim? I'm a very open-minded person. I always change when I learn more information. If you think that you could do that, that would be great. Then what you do, though, is you put a super chat on the screen and you will I will be able to read it out loud. Okay, so let's continue here. Random vegan fact. No, vegans aren't forcing their beliefs on you. Vegans are just talking. The only one forcing is you, because you pay people to kidnap, breed, rape, stab, and murder innocent animals just so you can eat their tortured bodies. Now that is very cruel, but we are not forcing you. We are just talking. Okay, talking is not the same as forcing. Okay. So let's look over here. Hi, somebody said hi. Okay, thank you to Sage for writing L Vegan Teacher. Yes, thank you for the love. L is for love of lentils and the live stream. Let's continue. Okay, so nobody has convinced me yet to be Christian or to be Muslim or Jewish. No, nobody's convinced me. My religion is Unitarian Universalist. The problem is I'm not very happy with them right now, because even though they did a great thing, which was to vote to protect all beings from exploitation, they're being kind of hypocritical. They are being hypocritical. Hold on, I'll get my necklace to show you. See? This is my message to people in my own religion. If you know any Unitarian Universalists, you should tell them, hey guys, stop being hypocritical. That's what we should all be doing. We should all be calling out our own religions. If our religions are cruel, we call them out. So here's my message to the Unitarian Universalists. Are we the best religion, or are we massive hypocrites? In 2024, we voted and promised to protect all beings from exploitation. So why are stolen meat, cow milk, eggs, and cheese still on our tables during coffee hour? We need to dismantle cruelty, and we need to be vegan. That is my message to my religion. My religion is Unitarian Universalist. So I have made it my goal to let everybody know that I'm a Unitarian Universalist, and I've made it my goal for 2026 to talk to every single Unitarian Universalist congregation, make sure they know I exist. So I make videos on TikTok, I make videos on YouTube and on Instagram, so that by the end of the year, every Unitarian Universalist will know that vegan teacher is telling them to not be hypocrites. So if I go to, let's say, a Unitarian Universalist church in Rochester, New York, let's say, I go in there, I'm going to be looking at the table. And if I see cow's milk on that table, I will call them out as massive hypocrites, because we voted, our religion voted, to protect all beings from exploitation. And if you're paying people to rape and torture mother cows and steal their babies, that is not preventing exploitation. That is actively participating in it. Okay? All right. Okay, guys, we only have a few more minutes and class is going to be over. So if you have a last second super chat that you want to ask me something, especially if you want to contact me and tell me that you are vegan or a Unitarian, that would be cool. I am looking for brave Unitarian Universalists who are willing to speak out. Seems like there's a lot of people who are very scared. If your religion is forcing you to be scared to speak out, something's wrong with your religion. Let's continue. Random vegan fact. Each minute, about 140,000 innocent chickens are killed for food. This is cruel and unnecessary. We never need to hurt chickens. We can eat chickpeas, beans, tofu, lentils, rice, and oats instead. Never have to hurt any animals ever again. Okay, I'm going to put somebody in timeout who has been spamming a lot. Please don't spam, guys. Don't write the same comment over and over again. Okay, if you absolutely want me to read it, if you're spamming it hoping that I will see it, put a super chat in. It will stay on the screen and I will be able to read it that way. Okay, we're looking at the random vegan facts, but here's one. Okay, we just have a few more minutes. Random vegan fact 27. Being vegan helps save both animals and the planet. A field can produce up to 15 times more plant protein than animal protein. How many more times? Let's look at that again. Let's memorize some of these facts, okay? Pretend you have no phone and no ability to look it up. We're going to memorize some. Being vegan helps save both animals and the planet. A field can produce up to 15 times more plant protein than animal protein when used to grow crops instead of raising animals for food. Eat plants directly. Don't filter them through animals first. All right? Great. So glad that you guys are learning these amazing vegan facts. Here's a very sad fact about pigs. Oh, somebody's writing something here. Plants have living cells. Plants are alive, but they are not sentient. Okay, do you understand the difference? Sentience is when you have a subjective experience of life. Okay? This pencil is not sentient. A carrot is not sentient. A chicken is sentient. They want to live. They run away if you try to hurt them. If you try to cut a carrot in half, the carrot doesn't care. Nor does the broccoli. They just don't care. I had a broccoli here somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. Maybe my granddaughter was playing with the broccoli. I don't know. It's a toy broccoli. Hold on, let me look around. Broccoli! Where are you? Broccoli! You know, as I'm calling for the broccoli, which is just, I can't find the broccoli. Where did I put the broccoli? Anyway, broccoli, it's just like this toy broccoli. I was thinking, what a cute name for a kid. You know, if I could rename my children over again, I would name my daughter Broccoli. Isn't that a beautiful name? Just think, broccoli, time for dinner. Imagine you're the teacher in class. Okay, who knows the answer to 2 plus 2? Broccoli, do you know it? I do, it's 4. Wouldn't that be cool? Who wants to name their child Broccoli? Yeah, you know, this is the thing. This is what you're learning here, how to think outside of the box, how to think about the world a little bit differently. All right, here, random vegan fact. This is very sad. About 3,400 pigs are killed every minute. Every minute. About 3,400 pigs are killed every minute for food. Just think about the pigs every single minute. It's unbelievable. If we could hear all of their screams at once, it would be deafening and horrifying. They're only 6 months old when they put them in gas chambers and murder them in the same way that we murdered people, not me, Nazis, murdered the Jews. We humans. Humans are capable of all sorts of horrific things. But when we know better, when we can do better, right? What's interesting is even though a lot of Jewish people had relatives that were murdered in gas chambers and they know it was terrible, so many Jewish people still eat animals, putting innocent beings into gas chambers. Innocent animals are the same as children. A pig is actually smarter than a dog. So if you're against World War II and what the terrible Nazis did, putting people in gas chambers and children, you should also be against putting pigs in gas chambers, because in all the ways that matter, they're no different. All right, thank you everyone for coming to class today. Big hug to everybody who is vegan and striving to be as vegan as possible. I want to thank you. We're going to come back later, do another live stream. I might do a dancing one on TikTok. My TikTok account is called Music by That Vegan Teacher, by the way. And I'll see you guys later, okay? Big hug. Thanks for coming. Thanks for doing your best.